Hello and welcome to Deadline Horror News Live, here for March 2nd, 2022. I'm Josh, and as always, I'm joined here with Donnie.
Hey.
And the Professor Smoke.
What's up?
Will couldn't be with us. He's on assignment as per usual every Wednesday night, but we are from the All-American Spookshow Horror Podcast. And as always, of course, we want to remind you to like and subscribe to the channel down below. Click on the bell to be notified when we upload new videos or when we go live. You don't want to miss anything. But we also, more importantly, want you to become a supporter of the Spook Show by going over to patreon.com/AA Spook Show and sign up to become a patron. We have levels starting at $1, $3, $5, all the way up to the crazy $1,000 Spook Show Insanity level. We've got video minisodes every Tuesday featuring the Library of the Professor, bonus podcasts every month like Spook Show Rewind, Craps for Peace Theater. We've got Professor's retro review articles that go up, tons more. So you want to come join us over there at patreon.com/AA Spook Show. We also want to go ahead and announce the winner of last month's, February's Crapster Piece Theater poll. So this will be the first installment of Crapster Piece Theater, and it is the Garbage Pail Kids movie. It barely squeaked by Mac and me once we totaled up all the votes from all the various ways that people could vote. So by my count, it literally only edged it out by like 2 votes. So it was very close. And from what I could tell too, it kind of had a late charge too, because we were I was kind of running on the assumption that Mac and me was probably going to win it, but the Garbage Pail Kids win again. Really, is there a winner here? I think I don't know.
I mean, did they win the first time? I mean, what if you said they win again? When did they win?
I just mean it in the sense that they always come out on top, is what I mean. I actually have the DVD here in my hand, and the tagline says, "It doesn't get grosser than this." So I am not looking forward to this. But whenever we get around to watching it, and we're going to do that this month, it is going to only be on Patreon, as you see there. It's a Patreon exclusive podcast series. Crapster Piece Theater is, so you have to join us over on Patreon to see how this all plays out.
Now, before we kind of go on to the next one, Cash 5000 says, "I demand a recount."
Well, we did have those hanging chads down in Florida, that still need to be certified and counted up. So,
yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, no, that's going to be what we'll watch this month. So we'll have a new Crapster Piece Theater poll sometime in the next day or two. You'll see that out on the socials, and we'll have 4 new turds for you to pick from, and then we'll see where that leads us in the month of April. But for now, yeah, that go ahead and anticipate that. And I'm sorry, what, Smoke?
No, I was just looking at the VHS cover here, and it's got a different tagline on it. It says "Out of the garbage pail and into the toilet." Oh no, it's into the heart.
Yeah,
it's gonna be into the toilet.
You were close. You were close.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good enough.
But yeah, we also want to remind you that episode 97 of the All-American Spookshow Horror Podcast is out now, and it is our latest horror review, Hellbound Hellraiser 2 from 1988. So we dive back into the weird world of Clive Barker. We started that back in November, so we're diving back in this month here with Hellbound Hellraiser 2. That is out now, and then next Monday is episode 98. And that is our next Spook Show Spotlight, 100 Years of Horror, 1922. That comes out this Monday, March 7th at 6 p.m. East, wherever you get your podcast. Unless you're a patron at the $5 level, you will get it early. So, that's what's coming up immediately. And then we've got some things to kind of like officially announce here as far as what's coming up after that, episode 99 and beyond. Here you see on the screen, we've got episode 99 is going to be celebrating St. Patrick's Day with Leprechaun in the Hood. That's Leprechaun 5. That's the 5th installment of. So we're kind of skipping. We did a Leprechaun, I think, 2 years ago, I believe. Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
Yep.
So we're kind of coming back to that, but we're skipping ahead to the 5th one for Leprechaun in the Hood. And then as you see there, episode 100, a big milestone episode. We're going to celebrate it by watching Frankenhooker. And the big deal here is that we're all going to be in the same room at the same time, watching the movie together, And we encourage you to, find a copy because there are various ways. I don't have all the ways pulled up in front of me, but there are various ways like Shudder, I think AMC Plus, a handful of others, Tubi maybe, where you can pull up the movie and watch it. So we encourage you to watch along with us. Monday. What day does that actually come out? I'm sorry, Monday.
Monday's at 6.
Yeah, no, I'm just making that particular episode.
That particular episode.
What date is episode 100? Hold on, I got here it is, March 21st. So March 21st at 6 p.m. East, like normal. That episode will come out, and like I said, it's different. It's something we've never done before in terms of a watch along commentary. So I guess kind of like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 kind of treatment, except we only have one robot, Will. But we want you to hit play at the time that we tell you and watch it along with us, and we'll kind of be laughing and having a good time with that and throwing out the usual information as we're sitting there watching it. So I think it's going to be a fun time. That will be out. That's just going to be a huge spectacular there. And then of course, like we just announced, Garbage Pail Kids will be coming soon this month over on Patreon. So I guess, Donnie, that's enough of the preamble. I'm just going to go ahead and toss to you for the latest deadlines and horror news.
Yeah, so actually, this was making its rounds on the internet. I don't know if you guys have seen this. This was a actual photo. The photo on the right was taken by a British cage diver and filmmaker. I think it's Juan Ranachan. It was off of the coast of Mexico, but as you can see, I mean, it's pretty uncanny, the resemblance to, the Jaws poster.
It's just missing some chick swimming up above there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you
what,
what, man.
You see that coming for you, you're in trouble. Or you probably wouldn't see it. You're just already dead.
No.
If you were lucky enough to see it, you'd probably die of a heart attack before it grabbed you.
Yeah, true. You probably drown before you get it.
God. Yeah, man. I cringe. That's just cringe word. That's terrifying.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit offline there about, like, remember when we did that episode? What episode was that, by the way?
That was episode 35.
Yeah, episode 35 when we talked about, the original first Jaws. We mentioned that during the episode, and Donnie, you and I were talking about it offline before we came on about how, like, that movie really did change how you approach, like, just swimming at the beach. Like it makes you pause anytime you get in the ocean, for sure.
Yeah.
And then you see a photo like this one, and you're like, oh, it's reality. Yes.
Yeah. No, it's just not. It's not a horrible robot.
Reinforcement of.
Oh my God! Of course, I gotta, I gotta show this one. So, Cash, 5,000 again. If you take off the top jaw, it looks like a dick. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's one way to look at Jaws.
Yeah, that's actually what he did. He just took his take a dick pic in the water and then Photoshop the rest.
That would be the deep long con right there if it really is just a Photoshop picture of the dude.
I thought you were gonna say deep dive or something. Oh, never
mind. That's funny.
And then whoever that was, the cage diver or whatever, he's just
cage diver.
Everybody thinks that's a real shark.
Oh man. Shit. All right. Anyway. Moving on. So the
thanks a lot, Cash 5,000. Now I can't get that out of my head. Now it looks every time I look at that.
This is like the big red rocket thing all over again.
Jaws is big red rocket. That's great.
Oh man. So moving on to the writer of Scream, one of the writers of Scream, Guy Busick. He wants to basically work on the Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday 13th reboots.
Me too.
Right. Exactly. So, but no, he's got the Castle Rock series and Scream, behind him. But he's also currently working on the sixth installment of the Final Destination franchise. So I don't know. I mean, it'll be a while. So what?
I said, yeah, I think we had talked about that Final Destination coming back like not long ago, right? A month or two ago.
Yeah, it wasn't long ago.
Yeah.
And of course, the Friday the 13th is going to be tied up for a bit, even with the latest ruling. But Nightmare on Elm Street, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, who are we kidding, right? Like we're fans of all these things. We're gonna watch it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah. Even if it sucks, I mean, obviously we're watching Garbage Pail Kids. Of course, we'll watch anything.
we just sat through the new Texas Chainsaw, so
Yeah.
Better or worse, I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, yeah. But also on the headlines is Brad Pitt's production company, Plan B, is rumored to be kind of tied to this Beetlejuice sequel, which is looking to bring back Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder. Nothing has been confirmed, just rumors at this time, but it's kind of interesting. We talk about sequels, prequels, all these reboots, but
this is one that's been rumored for 30 years.
It's been eons.
Yeah.
So
one thing's for sure: if you can do it and you can pull in Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder again, it will rake in the cash, whether it's good or not.
Yeah.
So
you have to wonder whether they would involve. I mean, you could move on without it, I guess, but like whether they would want Alec Baldwin and what was it, Gina Davis that were.
Oh, yeah.
You have to wonder whether they'd pop back up in it or not, but who knows? You at least, I agree. You at least have to have those two, though, Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder.
I think it'll be a while before, maybe Alec Baldwin involved.
Unfortunately, you're probably right.
Yeah, unfortunately. But that about does it for the headlines.
Fan conventions, experiences, events, whatever. We could only find one that's going on this weekend, and that is Friday through Sunday, March 4th through the 6th. That is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's called Horror Realm 2022. Guests include William Ragsdale, David Naughton, Kane Hodder, Terry Runnels. I'm assuming that's the wrestler, from back in the old Attitude Era, right?
Yeah. It's not exactly clear why she's there.
Well, it always seems like there's at least one or two wrestlers that hang around these horror conventions.
Yeah.
I guess why not, right? But it doesn't. There's always one that's just like, what's he doing here? I don't know.
Yeah, I was I was looking through our IMDb, and I was like, maybe it's horror. Maybe she's on a random horror movie. No.
Yeah.
No.
She just happens to be in the area, and she's a big enough name.
Yeah.
She can make some money off autographs. But there you go. If you want to check, visit any of them, get some autographs, pictures, whatever, you can go to Horror Realm. Okay, Horror Realm Con. It's just weird when you're looking at it all as one word. HorrorRealmCon.com for tickets, information, all that mess. So if you're in the Pittsburgh area this weekend, you've got something to go do. Box office report this weekend is exactly the same as it was last week.
Yeah, well, that's never happened.
At least as long as we've been doing this, I don't recall this ever happening where it's, not any. There was no movement whatsoever in the top five. Number 5, Jackass Forever. Number 4, Death on the Nile. Number 3, Spider-Man No Way Home. Number 2, Dog. And number 1, Uncharted. Now, there were really no big releases this week, so that's got a lot to do with it. I mean, I'm just looking a little further down the list, and that new Foo Fighters horror flick that we talked about last week, Studio 666, it came in number 8 with a little over, well, it was about $1.5 million.
Yeah.
That was the biggest opening, as far as new movies.
Yeah, when we saw the Foo Fighters movie, that Studio 666, it was fun. Yeah. It was fun. It was a load of fun. It was kind of it was a nice little change of pace there going into it, and it's got. I mean, I'm not saying it's trying to be like a retro '80s horror movie at all or anything, but it had that feel of just a fun and gory kind of. I mean, not it's not gore all the way through it, but it has its moments of gore. And anybody who's seen the trailer, we all watched the trailer too. So it's got those moments in there, and it's got the humor in there, and the humor works. And I'd say I'd recommend it, just as a good change of pace. It's the type of movie that you don't see in the theaters anymore. And I was kind of surprised that it got a theatrical release, that it didn't just go straight to streaming services.
I'm sure.
But yeah,
That was a good idea. I said I was going to say that's a good idea for you that you went ahead and saw it, because I'm sure it probably won't last long in theaters.
Yeah.
I saw something. It was some interview I guess Dave Grohl did, where apparently, like, I guess the idea for the whole thing came out of, like, he rented that house to, like, record some music or something like that, and then kind of got creeped out, and then then just decided to kind of, like, make a thing out of it. Like, I guess it just kind of turned into that.
Yeah, I don't know if there was something about the house, them being told a legend about the house being haunted, or if they just thought, oh, it'd be cool if if this were a haunted house, it'd be a good place to have a haunting or whatever. And then they talked about it being a movie, just should do a movie like that or something. And then I guess people threw money at them.
Yeah. Well, why
to
not?
do movies.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And there were some cool nods in it too. There was a couple of nods in that movie to say things like Evil Dead, even though, like I said, it wasn't trying to be a retro 80s throwback type movie, but it did have some cool little nods in there to existing horror movies and also to other Foo Fighters album covers. Because there's an Easter egg in there of the ray gun off the first Foo Fighters album.
Yeah.
It's sitting at a certain point in the movie. It's not like giving anything away or a spoiler or anything. I'm sure there's probably Easter eggs all over that movie that I didn't even catch. But yeah, I did happen to see the ray gun from the first album cover sitting in a scene in the movie.
Yeah, that's cool. New releases this week. There's only 3. Tomorrow on Shudder, so Thursday the 3rd, you've got The Scary of 61st. And then Friday, there's 2 movies. One video on demand, Take Back the Night. And then the last one is on Hulu. It's called Fresh. Now, I watched the trailers, since it was only 3. I watched the trailers for all 3 of these. To me, The Scary of 61st, although that's a weird name, that one really looks like it's definitely kind of an homage to, like, 70s giallo. That seems to kind of be a theme going here lately. Smoke, I don't know if you've noticed. Seems like there's a lot of movies that kind of have that giallo feel to them here lately.
Oh yeah.
But that one, it looks interesting. It actually looks pretty good. Take Back the Night, it looks, who knows? You never know, right? But the trailer, And then Fresh, that actually looks pretty good too. It looks it's even in the trailer, it was just like 30 minutes. I think it says something like 30 minutes into it, my jaw dropped, and then it stayed on the floor for the rest of the movie. So it looks like it's going to be one of those kind of like there's this weird twist, and then there you go. But those, to me, just watching the trailer, Scary of 61st looked interesting and fresh. Take Back the Night, and not so much, but we'll see. Maybe we'll get around to those, and we'll talk about them at some point or another. But those are the big 3 this week as far as new horror releases, and then we have actually 3 horror anniversary dates, Donnie.
Yeah, Paul W.S. Anderson was born March 4th, so that would be Friday.
Yep, Friday's his birthday.
Yeah, Friday's his birthday.
Happy birthday!
Hey! But yeah, we also have the original Leatherface, Gunnar Hansen. We're also born Friday, March 4th. And, sadly, he passed some almost 5 years.
Well,
yeah,
that's
5 years.
No, that's almost 7 years ago.
Yeah, my math.
Yeah.
That's why I went to art school.
That's hard to believe. That's hard to believe he's been gone that long. It's crazy. Yeah.
No, but yeah, and also Edward Van Sloan passed away. It'll be many years ago on. I gave up doing math, so it'll be many years ago on Sunday.
Yeah. Yep. Let me see. 64, carry the 2. That was 62 years ago. No. Yeah. No. 58. 58 years ago. 58 years ago. Yeah. Long run though. He was born in 1882.
Oof.
Now he was best known for being one of those early Universal monster flick stars, because he was in Frankenstein, Dracula, The Mummy, Dracula's Daughter. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
yeah. So we always like to honor the those that came before us, and
all the ones that contributed,
all the icons.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, yep.
I guess that's that pretty much puts a wrap on it. Like I said, you see they're coming soon. We've got episode 99, Leprechaun in the Hood, to celebrate St. Patrick's Day that week. Then episode 100, the big one. We're going to be doing a watch-along commentary version of Frankenhooker. So that's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. And hopefully, everybody gives that one a listen. And I think we're going to have a good time with that one. But maybe not so much of a good time with the old Crapster Piece Theater, the Garbage Pail Kid movie.
I think we could probably weasel something out of it.
Man, well, we'll still have fun with it, but
yeah.
At least there's that. I'm looking forward to that though, and I want everybody to join us over on Patreon for that because I think that's going to be a cool series that we try to put out at least every month of some of the worst of the worst. So come join us over on Patreon. But so I guess that's pretty much it, guys. Just make sure you catch us every Monday at 6 p.m. East. On the podcast feed. We are here on our YouTube channel every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. for Deadline Horror News. And all the stuff that we got going over on patreon.com/AASpookShow. You see the mini series that we have cooking there on our main podcast feed. We've got the Cult Corner series, Spook Show Spotlights, and one we haven't quite introduced just yet, Cannon Fodder, where we're going to be doing canon movies. That's going to be another series that we duck in and out of. And we've actually been kind of floating some ideas for like our next big summer series and possibly even a big series in the fall. So stay with us here, and we'll have some more announcements sooner or later on that. And then, of course, as we've already announced, we're going to be joining the Morbidly Beautiful Podcasting Network. So hopefully pretty soon we'll have some more information on how that's going to affect things a little bit. So lots of stuff lined up for you. So for Will, who couldn't be with us, he's on assignment yet again. And for Donnie, the Professor Smoke, I'm Josh. We are the All-American Spookshow Horror Podcast, and we'll talk to you next week.
See you guys.
Later on.